Well, folks, we have used the word weird to describe MAGA, and they don't like when we do. But this clip I'm going to show you, this goes above and beyond weird because it's just plain creepy. Their obsession with Donald Trump goes beyond just having a favorite politician or wanting your side to win. It goes beyond anything that I've ever seen. The obsession they have with this man, the complex that they have with this man, and the daddy issues that they have with this man. This clip here from Tucker Carlson, I think, is super creepy, but I think it's the absolute epitome of what MAGA truly is. This 2-minute clip, we're going to break it into parts, but yeah, brace yourselves. This is creepy.
If you allow your 2-year-old to smear the contents of his diapers on the wall of your living room, and you do nothing about it, if you allow your 14-year-old to light a joint at the breakfast table, if you allow your hormone-addled 15-year-old daughter to slam the door of her bedroom and give you the finger, you're gonna get more of it. And those kids are gonna wind up in rehab. It's not good for you, and it's not good for them. No. There has to be a point at which dad comes home.
So you see where this is going. There comes a point when dad has to come home. You know who daddy is to Tucker Carlson. You know who daddy is to MAGA. And notice how he started it all off by talking about the kids being disobedient, not obeying daddy. And he talked about the daughters with their raging hormones and how daddy's going to have to put them in line. I'm sure J.D. Vance was sitting there rock hard listening to that. But it gets worse. It goes completely off the rails in this next clip.
Dad comes home. And he's pissed. Dad is pissed. He's not vengeful. He loves his children. Disobedient as they may be, he loves them. Because they're his children, they live in his house. But he's very disappointed in their behavior. And he's gonna have to let them know. He's gonna have to get to your room right now and think about what you did. And when dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now. And no, it's not gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. And you earned this. You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl. And it has to be this way. It has to be this way because it's true. And you're only gonna get better when you take responsibility for what you did. That's not said in the spirit of hate. It's not said in the spirit of vengeance or bigotry. Far from it. It's said in the spirit of justice, which is the purest and best thing there is.
So who's going to tell him? This daddy that he's talking about has been found liable of sexual abuse. This daddy that he's talking about defamed that victim. This daddy that he's talking about has been accused of sexual abuse and sexual misconduct. And that's the analogy that Tucker Carlson used, was him giving a vigorous spanking to his little girl. They're disgusting, folks. They're absolutely disgusting. And what's more disgusting is the fact that these people are standing up cheering for that. He's telling them that people have been disobedient to daddy, and when people are disobedient to daddy, then daddy's going to make them pay. And he says it's not about being vengeful. It's not about bigotry. Oh, it's every bit about that. It's all about that. And it's not about Donald Trump holding us accountable, because he ain't our daddy. What it's about is us holding him accountable and him not being man enough to accept the accountability, and them not being man enough and not having enough backbone to see when we put right in front of them the evidence that says, look, you're being played. Here it is. This guy's using you. This guy's grifting you. Here it is. And they try to turn him into the victim of the story. We have saw everything that Donald Trump has done on his criminal rampage ever since he came down that escalator. We've saw it all. And we've sat here time and time again and reminded them of everything that happened. And they've tried to do nothing but gaslight us. And now they're going to use a ridiculous daddy analogy because in their world, they're so weak and fragile that Donald Trump is their daddy. And Donald Trump is their daddy because they see him dodge any and all accountability. They see him abuse women. They see him try to overthrow democracy. They see him become a 34-time convicted felon. They see all of that, and they realize, hey, he gets a pass for all that. So we too can do all of those things. We can abuse people. We can break the law. We can do whatever we want to. We can go try to overthrow governments if we decide to that day. And then we don't have to take any accountability because we now have a scapegoat. Donald Trump pounced on people who have been this way their entire lives, who have been held accountable and got so sick and tired of it that one day they saw a man that they realized, hey, through him, I no longer have to be held accountable. I actually had a conversation with someone years ago, and this was during the Obama administration. And this person said to me, I don't see what the big argument is here. We've all got free health care. We've all got it. We got it right now. What are you talking about? We have free health care. And I said, what do you mean we got free health care? He said, dude, if you go to the emergency room, they can't turn you away. They can't deny you. And you don't really have to pay your bill. He said, you can send them $5 a month and ain't a thing they can do about it. You got free health care. And there's people out there that will go run up credit card debts out the ass and just toss them to the side. There's people that will hire people to do jobs for them and then not pay them. Why? Because they saw Donald Trump be that way. And they see him not being held accountable. And they realize through him, they can be crooked. Through them, they can be abusers. Through him, they can be bullies. That's what they see, and that's why he's their daddy. And it's one of the most disgusting things that I've ever seen. And the biggest disgrace of all of this is that this man and his followers is actually a contender in a mainstream political race. They should just be a fringe group over here in the corner that we all just have a chuckle at every now and then at their expense. Like, hey, have you seen what they said next? Yeah, it's pretty funny. And no one should ever take them seriously. No one should ever take a word that Tucker Carlson says seriously. Tim Pool, any of those talking heads, any of those propagandists, there shouldn't be one word taken seriously. But folks, did you see that crowd standing up cheering for Daddy? Did you see that folks sitting there loving it? Loving this image of Donald Trump spanking someone? It's absolutely disgusting that this is where we're at. But that's what we're up against. And that's why we have to vote on the side of democracy, always. That's why we have to stand behind Kamala Harris and Tim Walz now more than ever. We're closing in on this election. And I want that deadbeat dad to be held accountable. That's what I want to see. He's not our daddy. He's their deadbeat daddy, and he needs to be held accountable. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in every day and listening to what I have to say. It really means the world to me. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button, and if you haven't already, be sure to do so. Leave a comment or a blue heart if you feel like it. It just helps boost these things in the algorithm. And you guys have a great day. And go hug your real dad that's been good to you, and forget that idiot.